Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. This is your maths teacher Shweta Bajaj.
Students, in our today's video, we are going to start with the chapter number 8, Ratio and Proportion. Before starting, subscribe my channel if not subscribed yet, and don't forget to share and like the video, and please mention your name, class and section in the comment box for attendance. Let us start with methods to compare numbers. In our daily life, we can compare any two quantities having the same unit, and the two methods are used to compare any two numbers. First method is comparison by subtraction. We can compare two quantities by taking their difference. For example, Ram is 25 years old and Sham is 20 years old. So Sham is 25 minus 20 years, that is equals to 5 years younger than Ram. And the second method is comparison by division. Here we compare two numbers by finding their quotient. For example, if 18 is divided by 6, we get the quotient 3. In other words, we can say that 18 is 3 times larger than 6. It is in this manner that subtraction and division or a fraction gives us an idea of how much larger or smaller one quantity is in comparison to other quantity. Hopefully it is clear to you. Next topic is ratios, and it says that a ratio is a comparison between two numbers by division, and it can be written in three different ways: 5 to 2, 5 is to 2, or 5 upon 2. Let us see one example also. In this example, there are three triangles and two squares. So we can write the ratio as 3 is to 2 or 3 to 2 or 3 upon 2. Hopefully it is clear to you. Now in the ratio A is to B, A is the first term which is known as antecedent and B is the second term which is known as consequent. For example, in the ratio 2 is to 3, 2 is the antecedent and 3 is the consequent. Hopefully it is clear to you. Next topic is inverse ratio, and it says that for the ratio A is to B, the inverse ratio is defined by B is to A. In other words, two ratios are inverse of each other if their product is 1. Now let us see this with the help of an example. Now the example says that first example is inverse ratio of 2 is to 5 is 5 is to 2, and on multiplying them we will get 1. Second example says that inverse ratio of 1 is to 7 is 7 is to 1, and on multiplying them we will get 1. Now some important notes are there, and the first note says that the ratio of two non-zero numbers A and B is of the form A upon B, and we write it as A colon B and read it as A is to B. And the second point says that a ratio has no units. Since a ratio is always formed between two commensurable quantities, means same unit, the units get cancelled. Hopefully it is clear to you. Next topic is equivalent ratios. Now students, we know that the value of the ratio A is to B is the quotient A by B, and if the two ratios are equivalent, they have the same value. And to find equivalent ratios, firstly we will rewrite the ratio as a fraction. After that we will multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number, and in the last we will rewrite the fraction as a ratio. Now let us see this with the help of an example.
Now question number 5 says that write 4 equivalent ratios of each ratio, and the first part is 5 is to 8, and 5 is to 8 means 5 upon 8. Now to find the first equivalent ratio of 5 by 8, we will multiply the numerator and denominator of 5 by 8 by 2, and on multiplying we will get 10 upon 16, and 10 upon 16 is equals to 10 is to 16. Now to find the second equivalent ratio of 5 by 8, we will multiply the numerator and denominator of 5 by 8 by 3, and on multiplying we will get 15 by 24, and that is equals to 15 is to 24. Now to find the third equivalent ratio, we will multiply the numerator and denominator of 5 by 8 by 4, and on multiplying we will get 20 by 32, and that is equals to 20 is to 32. Now to find the fourth equivalent ratio of 5 by 8, we will multiply the numerator and denominator of 5 by 8 by 5, and on multiplying we will get 25 by 40, and that is equals to 25 is to 40. Hopefully it is clear to you. Next is question number 6, and question number 6 says that is the ratio of 20 kg to 45 kg the same as the ratio of 8 years to 15 years. Now students, here in the solution we will write down first ratio, and first ratio is equals to 20 kg to 45 kg. Now write it as a fraction. This kg will be cancelled out, and 20 and 45 will also be cancelled out. 5 4s are 20, 5 9s are 45. We will get 4 by 9, and that is equals to 4 is to 9. Now write down the second ratio. Second ratio is equals to 8 years to 15 years. Now write it as a fraction. 8 years upon 15 years. Years and years will be cancelled out. Now since this 8 and 15 cannot be cancelled out, so we will write as it is. That means 8 by 15, and this 8 by 15 is equals to 8 is to 15. So students, the first ratio is 4 is to 9, and the second ratio is 8 is to 15, and they both are not same. So we will write in the last that no, the ratio of 20 kg to 45 kg is not the same as the ratio of 8 years to 15 years. Hopefully it is clear to you.
Next topic is ratio in the simplest form. A ratio A is to B is said to be in its simplest form if both A and B have no common factor other than 1, or the HCF of A and B is 1. For example, the ratio 2 is to 3 is a ratio in its simplest form as 2 and 3 have no common factor other than 1, and the HCF of 2 and 3 is 1. And the second example says that the ratio 8 is to 6 is not in the simplest form since both 8 and 6 have 2 as their common factor, and the HCF of 8 and 6 is 2 and not 1. Hopefully it is clear to you. Now one note is there, and it says that to convert a ratio to its simplest form, we need to divide both the antecedent and the consequent by their HCF.
Question number 1 of exercise 8a says that find the ratio of, and the third part is a score to 5 dozen. Now students, we already know that 1 score is equals to 20 units and 1 dozen is equals to 12 units. Therefore, 5 dozen is equals to 5 multiplied by 12, that is equals to 60 units. So, ratio of 20 units to 60 units is equals to 20 upon 60, and on solving this, 0 and 0 will be cancelled out, and 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. We will get 1 by 3, and 1 by 3 is same as 1 is to 3. Hopefully it is clear to you. Now next I have taken a sixth part of the same question, and it says that 2 years to 4 weeks. So students, first of all we will make the units same, and we know that in 1 year there are 52 weeks. So in 2 years there are 2 multiplied by 52 weeks, that is equals to 104 weeks. That means we have to find the ratio of 104 weeks to 4 weeks. So students, in a fraction form it will be written as 104 weeks upon 4 weeks, and this weeks and weeks will be cancelled out, and on solving this 4 ones are 4 and here 4 twos are 8 and 4 6 are 24. We will get 26 upon 1. That means 26 is to 1 is the answer. Hopefully it is also clear to you. Next is question number 2, and question number 2 says that express the given ratios in the simplest form, and I have taken second part and it says that 135 milliliter to 5 liter. Now students, in this question first of all we will make the unit same. So for making the unit same, we will convert this 5 liters into milliliters, and we know that 1 liter is equals to 1000 milliliters, so 5 liter is equals to 5000 milliliter. Now we will find out the ratio of 135 milliliter to 5000 milliliter. So that means in the numerator we will write 135 milliliter and in the denominator we will write 5000 milliliter. And on solving this, milliliter will be cancelled out, and on dividing them by the table of 5 we will get 27 in the numerator and 1000 in the denominator. So we will get 27 by 1000 and that is equals to 27 is to 1000. Hopefully it is clear to you. Now next I have taken is fifth part of the same question, and it says that 5 centimeter, 5 millimeter to 60 millimeter. Now students, here first of all we will make the unit same, and for making the unit same we will convert this 5 centimeter, 5 millimeter into millimeters, and on converting this 5 centimeter, 5 millimeter into millimeters, we will get it as 55 millimeter. Therefore, ratio of 55 millimeter to 60 millimeter will be written as 55 millimeter upon 60 millimeter. This millimeter and millimeter will be cancelled out, and on dividing both 55 and 60 by 5, we will get 11 upon 12, and 11 upon 12 means 11 is to 12. Hopefully, it is also clear to you. Now next I have taken is question number 3, and question number 3 says that find the ratio of the following in the simplest form, and the first part is 56 minutes to 3 hours 20 minutes. Now students, here first of all we will make the unit same, and for making the unit same we will convert this 3 hours 20 minutes into minutes, and we know that 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes, therefore 3 hours 20 minutes is equals to 200 minutes. So students, ratio of 56 minutes to 200 minutes is equals to 56 minutes upon 200 minutes, and on solving this minutes and minutes will be cancelled out, and we will divide this both 56 and 200 by 8, and on doing this we will get 8 sevens are 56 and 8 twos are 16, 8 fives are 40, 7 upon 25, and that is equals to 7 is to 25. Hopefully it is clear to you. Now next I have taken is fifth part, and it says that 578 mangoes to 290 apples. Now students, here it is not possible to find the ratio because here the fruits are different. Hopefully it is also clear to you. Next question is question number 8, and question says that the dimensions of a rectangle are 40 meter by 28 meter. So what is the ratio of the length to its breadth? Now students, here in the question the length of a rectangle is given to us, and that is equals to 40 meter, and breadth of a rectangle is equals to 28 meter. Since we want to find the ratio of length to its breadth, and you know that ratio is nothing but a fraction only, so in the numerator we will write the length and in the denominator we will write the breadth. That means 40 meter upon 28 meter. Now on solving this, meter and meter will be cancelled out, and 40 and 28 will be cancelled out. 4 tens are 40, 4 sevens are 28, and on solving it we will get 10 by 7, and 10 by 7 is equals to 10 ratio 7. Hopefully it is clear to you. Now question number 14 says that the school timings of a primary school in a town are from 8 am to 1 pm. There is one short interval of 10 minutes and one long interval of 25 minutes. Find out the ratio of total time of class periods to the total interval. Now students, here school timings is 8 am to 1 pm. That means total hours is equals to 5. Now we will convert these 5 hours into minutes. You know that 1 hour is equals to 16 minutes. So 5 hours is equals to 5 into 60. That is equals to 300 minutes. Now in the question it is written that there is one short interval and one long interval. So we will find out the total interval, and total interval is equals to 10 minute plus 25 minute, and that is equals to 35 minutes. Now we will find the total time of class period, and total time of class period will be given by total minutes in a school minus total interval, that is 300 minutes minus 35 minutes, and that is equals to 265 minutes. Now students, in a question it is written that find out the ratio of total time of class period to the total interval. So that means we will write total time of class period in the numerator and total interval in the denominator. That is equals to 265 minutes upon 35 minutes. And then on solving this, minutes and minutes will be cancelled out, and this 265 and 35 will also be cancelled out. 5 sevens are 35, and this will be equals to 5 fives are 25 and 5 threes are 15. So we will get 53 upon 7, and that is equals to 53 is to 7. Hopefully it is clear to you. Next is question number 17, and question number 17 says that a school bus travels 150 km in 5 hours and a train travels 600 km in 3 hours. Find the ratio of the speed of the bus to the speed of the train. Now students, we already know that speed is equals to distance upon time. Now first of all, we will find the speed of the bus, and for bus distance is 150 km and time is 5 hours. So speed of bus will be equals to distance upon time, so 150 km upon 5 hours, and on solving this, 5 and 150 will be cancelled out. 5 ones are 5 and here 30 will come. So we will get 30 km per hour as a speed of the bus. Now we will find the speed of the train, and for the train the distance is 600 km and time is 3 hours. And you know that speed is equals to distance upon time, so that means 600 km upon 3 hours. And on cancelling 3 and 600, what we will get? 3 ones are 3, and in the numerator we will be having 200. We will get speed of the train as 200 km per hour. Now students, in the question it is written that find the ratio of the speed of the bus to the speed of the train. So that means in a fraction, in the numerator we will take the speed of the bus, and in the denominator we will take the speed of the train. That means 30 km per hour upon 200 km per hour. Kilometer per hour will be cancelled out, and this 0 and this 0 will be cancelled out. We will get 3 by 20, and 3 by 20 is equals to 3 is to 20. Hopefully it is clear to you.
Next topic is to convert a ratio of mixed fractions to its simplest form, and for this we will follow the steps written below. And step number 1 says that convert the mixed fractions into improper fractions. After this, find the LCM of the denominators, and after this multiply each term of the ratio by the LCM of their denominators and then simplify. Now let us see this with the help of an examples.
Now the question says that express the given ratios in the simplest form, and the first part is 5 whole 1 by 5 is to 4 whole 5 by 6. Now students, here first of all we will convert these mixed numbers into improper fractions, and on converting we will get 26 by 5 is to 29 by 6. Now here The denominators are different, so we will find out the LCM of the denominators. And the LCM of 5 and 6 is equals to 30. Now in the next step, we will multiply the first term of the ratio by this LCM, that is 26 by 5 multiplied by 30 is 2. And we will multiply the second term of the ratio by this LCM, that is 29 by 6 multiplied by 30. Now on solving this, we will get this 5 and 30 will be cancelled out. 5 ones are 5, 5 6 are 30. We will get 26 multiplied by 6 is 2. And on solving this, the 6 and 30 will be cancelled out. 6 ones are 6, 6 5s are 30. 29 multiplied by 5. And on solving this, we will get 156 is to 145. Hopefully it is clear to you. Now next I have taken is third part of the same question, and it says that 7 whole 1 by 8 is to 6 whole 4 by 9 is to 8 whole 1 by 7. Now students, firstly we will convert these mixed numbers into improper fractions, and on converting we will get 57 upon 8 is to 58 upon 9 is to 57 upon 7. Now after this we will find the LCM of the denominators, that is LCM of 8, 9 and 7, and that is equals to 504. Now in the next step, we will multiply the terms of the ratio by this LCM, that is 57 upon 8 multiplied by 504 is to 58 upon 9 into 504 is to 57 upon 7 into 504. And on solving this, we will get 57 multiplied by 63 is to 58 multiplied by 56 is to 57 multiplied by 72. And on solving this, we will get 3591 is to 3248 is to 4104. Hopefully it is clear to you.
Topic is equal sharing of a quantity in a given ratio. Two quantities x and y in a given ratio a is to b can be expressed as x is equals to a upon a plus b multiplied by x plus y, and y is equals to b upon a plus b multiplied by x plus y. Now let us see this with the help of an example.
Now question number 9 says that two numbers are in the ratio 7 is to 9 and their sum is 160. Find the two numbers. Now students, here in the question, ratio of numbers is given to you, and that is equals to 7 is to 9. And sum of the numbers is also given to you, that is equals to 160. Now firstly, you will find the sum of the ratio. That means 7 plus 9, and it will gives you 16. Now to find the first number, what you will do? You will write first term upon sum of the ratio multiply by sum of the numbers, and here in this put the value. First term is 7 and sum of the ratio is 16 and sum of the numbers is 160. So 7 upon 16 into 160. On solving this, 16 ones are 16, 16 tens are 160. You will get 7 multiplied by 10, that is equals to 70. And second number is equals to second term upon sum of the ratios into sum of the numbers. And second term is 9 here in the question, and sum of the ratio is 16 multiplied by sum of the numbers is 160. Now solve this 16 and 160. 16 ones are 16, 16 tens are 160. So you will get 9 multiplied by 10, and 9 multiplied by 10 is equals to 90. Hopefully it is clear to you. Now question number 15 says that two numbers are in the ratio 6 is to 13. If the larger number is 546, find the smaller number. Now students, in the solution, first of all, we will write down the ratio of numbers, and that is equals to 6 is to 13. So we will take the smaller number as 6x and the larger number as 13x. But larger number is already given to you in the question, that is 546. Right. Now this is the larger number and this is also the larger number. So this means 13x is equals to 546. Now 13 is multiplying here, on shifting it will divide. And on dividing 546 by 13, we will get x as 42. So Students, what will be the smaller number? Smaller number is 6x. So this means 6 will be multiplied by 42, and on multiplying we will get 252 as an answer. Hopefully it is clear to you. Next is question number 20, and question number 20 says that the angles of a triangle are in the ratio 5:3:2. Find the difference between the greatest and the smallest angles. Now students, ratio of the angles is given to you, that is equals to 5:3:2, and we know that sum of the angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree. Now firstly find out the sum of the ratios, and sum of the ratios is 5 plus 3 plus 2, that is equals to 10. Now first angle, so first angle will be equals to the first term, that is 5, upon the sum of the ratio, that is 10, multiply by sum of the angles of a triangle, that is 180, and on solving this 0 and this 0 will be cancelled out. We will get 5 multiplied by 18, and 5 multiplied by 18 is equals to 90 degree. And second angle is equals to second term upon sum of the ratio into sum of the angles of a triangle, and on solving this 0 and 0 will be cancelled out. We will be having 3 multiplied by 18, and 3 18s are 54 degree. Now find the third angle. Third angle is equals to third term, that is 2, upon sum of the ratio, that is 10, multiply by sum of the angles of a triangle, that is 180, and on solving this we will be having 2 multiplied by 18, and that is equals to 36 degree. Therefore, greatest angle is equals to 90 degree and the smallest angle is equals to 36 degree. Since we want to find the difference between the greatest angle and the smallest angle, so the difference between them is equals to 90 minus 36. That is equals to 54 degree. Hopefully, it is clear to you.
Is comparison of ratios. In order to compare two or more ratios, we follow the steps mentioned below. Step number 1. It says that express the two given ratios as fractions. Step number 2. It says that express the fractions in their simplest forms. Step number 3, it says that if the denominators are same, the fraction with the larger numerator is larger. Step number 4 says that if the denominators are different, find the LCM of the denominators and change the numerators exactly as you would in the case of fractions. And step number 5 says that the fraction with the larger numerator will be larger than the other. Step number 6, it says that we multiply each ratio by the LCM and then compare the numbers. Now let us see this with the help of an example.
Now the example says that which ratio is larger, 3:4 or 9:16. Now students, 3:4 or 9:16 can be written as 3/4 and 9/16. Now here the denominators are different, so firstly we will find the LCM of 4 and 16, and LCM of 4 and 16 is 16. Now what we will do? We will multiply both the numerator and denominator of the term 3/4 by 4 to make the denominator 16, and on multiplying we will get 12/16, and second term will be as it is, that is 9/16. Now clearly this 12 is greater than 9. Therefore 12/16 is greater than 9/16. This means 3/4 is greater than 9/16. Hence we can say that 3:4 is greater than 9:16. Hopefully it is clear to you.
So students, with this our exercise 8A is over. Now pause your video and note down your home task, and in your home task you have to do the remaining parts of question number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And you have to do question number 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 18, 19 and 21. For any doubts and queries, you can leave your message in the comment section. I hope you liked the video. Thank you.